Hi guys, hope you're doing well. So here's the case study for a Google Ads client of mine uh, whose business deals in premium watches, right? So in this specific case study, I'm going to tell that how we were able to spend 35,000 dirhams and we were able to generate 127,000 dirhams at a ROAS of 3.5, where his break-even ROAS is 2, and also how we were able to scale his account. So a little background regarding this brand, and then it is going to be followed by some of the challenges that he were facing before he actually joined me. So before he actually hired me. So again, like I've already mentioned, that it's a luxury brand that deals in watches, and it is inspired by this Swiss watches like Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Omega, and then Patek Philippe, and so many others, right? So, and he deals in those premium watches that are inspired by these one of the biggest brand in the world. They are not exactly like a Rolex. It's not the watches that he deals in. It's not that he is selling the copy of Rolex or Patek Philippe or Omega or Audemars Piguet, but the design of his watches is similar to of these brands. So that's why he's setting up as a premium brand. And yes, so he does have a good average order value. So he sells these at a price of 800 dirhams. So, and he does usually have a good average order value. And once someone purchases from his brand, they are most likely to return again to this brand and get more, watches from them, because he does have a good average order value. He does have a good lifetime value. The break-even ROAS for this specific account is 2. So anything above 2 is profitable for him. Okay. So I started off, if I'm going to scroll it down, and so I So I started off in May. So to be very precise, I started on 20th May, and the challenges he were facing. So let me just pull out some numbers where we can actually, discuss what was happening before when he actually came to me. So so basically over here you can see that till this specific time, like from February till April, he has spent like 200 dirhams, got 6 sales only. ROAS is again great, like it's 18 ROAS, but obviously that was the problem, that the volume of sales was not there. So although he was able to get a great ROAS, but again the problem with this strategy when you only go after ROAS is that you see that the decline in the sales, right? So in February he got 5 sales, right, and at a ROAS of 38. But then in the next month he got just 1 sale, again with a good ROAS. But obviously with this type of brand where you need to sell your stock because he has lots of them, right? So and then obviously the results were declining all, but so basically the strategy over here that he was basically chasing after was he was just wanted to have a better ROAS. But again, it is not the strategy as a business owner you want to be looking at unless you do not want to sell your stock. So, so again, the strategy he was going after was just the ROAS, and with this, his brand, he needs more sales. So that's why he actually hired me. So this was one challenge, that he wasn't getting so many volumes of sales in Google, and the main reason for that was that he did not opted Google Ads as a main source of generating growth for his brand. So he was running, and he's still running, ads on Facebook, but Google Ads was not the primary focus for the growth of his own brand. Another issue that we found within the account was the structure of the campaigns was not there. So apart from that, the audience signal wasn't there, the targeting wasn't correct, and the data was not being optimized enough as well. Apart from that, the product feed was not in place correctly. It wasn't optimized. It wasn't structured. So these sorts of issues were there. These challenges he was facing when he actually hired me. So moving forward, I'm just simply going to discuss this strategy, and then within that strategy, I'm going to touch upon each campaign type that I've actually launched for this one, so you can have an idea and you can implement it for your own brands as well. So once he hired me, then basically in May, it was from 20th till, I'm just going to show you results till August, because there is always a conversion lag, so I don't want to show data for September, although it's even better. But yeah, over here you can see that immediately when he hired me, I was able to increase his sales. Like again, so from just 6 sales in 3 months, we were able to spend more. So we've spent 1100 in May. So we spent 1100 in May, and then we're able to get 7 sales, then 6800 dirhams in June, and got 37 sales. So the numbers are just increasing. And finally, and from July we got 61 sales. In August we got almost 70 sales. It could have been easily 80 to 90 sales, but in the last week of August, he has some issues. He got some issues with the payment methods, so we did not run ads in August, at least in the last week of August. So, and again, if you're going to take a look at the ROAS and compare to previous 3 months, you'll see that the ROAS has declined from 6.9 to, let me just make it more clear. So the ROAS from 6.9 got to 4, and then 3.8, and then 2.9. It's almost 3. So the main purpose for this one, because we know that even if we just want to make, if we can just keep the performance above break even, that was 2. So, and increase the volume of sales. So it has a couple of benefits. The number one benefit is, again, once someone buy from his website, he will always going to buy again, because the products are very good, the watches are very premium. And then the second thing, that it is going to give overall boost to his business. So someone can actually refer someone else, that you can buy. If you are looking for some watches, you can buy those watches from here. So ultimately, the overall impact on the business is good when you actually, chase after sales. But obviously, you need to make sure that you're above break even and you're still profitable. So obviously, I had a meeting with him, so he was fine as long as we are above break even if it's 2.2, 2.5, he's fine. It's just we wanted to make sure that the volume of sales needs to be better. So in this specific 3 months, we were able to spend almost 3,600 dirhams, and we were able to get 130,000 dirhams at a ROAS of 3.5 with 174 sales. So, and again, if you just simply compare this in terms of scalability, then you can see that every specific month we were spending more. So from here we've spent 1100. Here I was actually setting up the structure correctly, optimizing the product, setting up the structure for the feed as well, doing all the basic stuff. And then over here we actually spent almost 7,000, then 11,000, then 16,000. Obviously, you won't. The reason we were spending more, because we were making money, right? So now I'm actually going to tell you that what exactly I did in terms of campaign types. So the account was heavily focused with the Performance Max campaigns and search campaigns. So I'm going to discuss each campaign, and so you have a better idea that how you can actually build your own campaigns, if they are Performance Max, if they are search campaigns. We did try shopping campaign as well, but I thought that Performance Max campaign was bringing us better results. So quickly, before I jump into those details, that what exactly I did inside those campaigns, I just wanted to give you a strategy that what exactly the thinking behind those campaign creation. So number one thing, what we did is to have a solid structure, solid foundation that needs to be set. And that was optimizing our product feed, making sure that if he sells 7 different types of watches, so we need to make sure that we need to segment those types of watches into its own asset groups or ad groups or campaigns. So that's what we did. And initially, because we are looking to get more data, that's why we wanted to consolidate and have all those asset groups or ad groups inside one main campaign, so we can so the Google Ads account learn quickly, right? And then obviously I have to pause few campaigns that was not performing well. I did utilize few of the campaigns that he was already running, but yeah, mainly I paused most of the campaigns because it wasn't performing well. And then obviously what we did is we work on the product feed in terms of titles, in terms of images, in terms of product categories. So basically optimizing your product feed is very important, something that I actually did with this account as well. And especially within the product feed, we work on titles, so have a SEO optimized titles for each of his product, and then the description was optimized, and again all the basic setting that we need to do inside Google Merchant Center. Okay, so now I'm actually going to discuss one main campaign for each type of campaign. So there are lots of so if you can see, there are lots of Performance Max campaign, right? So I'm just going to discuss one main one that has spent the most amount of money in this specific period. And then in terms of search, I'm going to discuss one search campaign. So let's discuss this Performance Max campaign that has spent 6,000 dirhams and got us 25,000 dirhams. Okay. So here's the structure for this specific Performance Max campaign, which has spent the most amount of money. So I'll just enable that, and you'll see that over here I have segmented all of these. Obviously, because of the confidentiality, I need to blur this out. But yeah, you'll see that there are 6 different asset groups that have been created. So in each asset group, there is this own type of watches there. So obviously, you will see that there is not so much money has been spent on these other ones. So that's why I have created a separate campaign for these 2 different product categories. So, but again, if I wanted to show you the structure, this is how you're going to set up. So if you sell multiple product categories that belongs to a main product category, you can simply have those in their own asset group, right? And then if I were to show you inside of each of these asset group, so you have a better idea that what exactly I did inside that, then let me just go back to summary. So here's the summary where I can actually tell you that what exactly you wanted to do. So again, over here I have provided the signals that are relevant. So if it's women watches, so I would rather have search themes like women watches, watches for men, women, luxury watches for men. And then for audience signal, I added some in-market audience, some affinity audience, and then obviously the most important one, those visitors who has already visited the website. So I wanted to remarket, because Performance Max campaign does have this tendency to remarket those people who have already visited onto your website. So that is mainly what I did inside all the Performance Max campaign. Then after 1.5 months, I launched this another campaign that is usually a bestseller campaign, where I have added those products that has performed well in the past couple of months, right? So it wasn't much data, but that's how these things work, because you want to spend your most amount of money to those products that are generating revenue for your business. Okay. And now I'm going to show you one of the search campaigns. And before I do that, I'll go back over here and see which. Okay, so this search campaign, again, since he was running Facebook ads, since his brand was recognized enough, so I have to create a search campaign that's a brand campaign. Again, I have added brand terms in here, where we have this one main ad group, and inside that specific ad group we have brand keywords, just to make sure that because his brand was getting traction, he's also running ads on Facebook. So we want to make sure that if someone is searching for our brand, we want to be there. If you are thinking that SEO might do the trick, that is not going to be the case, because the free traffic usually gets 30% of the amount. Rest, you need to protect your brand by running ads, right? So that's why it got us good results, each brand campaign. And then over the period of time, we have scaled these campaigns into different parts of the world. So we are targeting Australia, we're targeting Switzerland, we are targeting Italy, Germany, Saudi Arabia. So these are the places we are targeting and are also getting results from there. Moving forward with the Q4 coming up, our strategy is to make sure that we optimize these search campaigns in a way that we are ready to scale when the main season comes up. And the number one thing what you can do within the search campaign, again, you need to do search terms review, you need to test your ad copies, you need to test your landing pages. So these are the things that you can simply do within the search campaign. And that's about it. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions you can ask me in the comment section. And yeah, thank you so much.